Everything that I do with a parry should be working towards helping me win. If I'm just defending myself purely out of a defensive instinct, I would run away. How do I get an advantage to get the hit on you? Hi, I'm Habibi, and this is how to parry. The key to a good parry is knowing how to extend your strong, make contact with their sword, and displace them out of the way. When talking about the strength of a sword, always talking about in relation to another weapon. Where I place my sword on your sword, one of us will have stronger or a weaker position. If you thrust at me, if I do an intuitive flinch reaction and windscreen wipe you out of the way, the point of contact is the strongest I will ever get to be. If you're thrusting me, your sword is continually being stronger, going from the weak into the strong half of your sword. You can get a mechanical advantage on me by continuing forward. To maintain or increase my relative strength, I want to be pushing my strong forward, away from me. This increases the amount of mechanical leverage that I've got, making me safer. The reason is because of how swords work. They're divided into strong and they're divided into weak. It's called the weak half because if you just have a little bit more sword over somebody else's weak, you can like arm wrestle them and displace them out of the way. The strong half doesn't quite act like this. The entire strong half is just strong enough that you can arm wrestle somebody and win. Even if they have a little bit more strong in your strong, if you've got bigger biceps, you'll still be able to displace their attack. This whole half of the sword is really good for defending yourself. It's therefore necessary to find the shortest way to make our sword make contact with their sword. One of those ways is simply just to extend our arm forward. By pushing the sword away from our body, through perspective, the strong now covers more of my body than if it's closer to me. When your opponent is thrusting at you, their point is coming closer to you. At the end of my parry, if their point is closer to me than my point is to them, they'll have the jump. They get the next tempo. So my parries extend away from me so that my point becomes free and they're the one who now has to respond to what I'm trying to do. The thing is that you're going to feel like a god and you're going to be parrying everybody by pushing your arm forward, and then you're going to complain to me that someone is coming around your sword and stabbing you anyway. But it sort of happens less with rapier, and it happens more with other weapons like longsword or actually rapier all the time. It's because you've extended so far forward that you've freed their weak. The goal of an attack is to have the weak free so that it can land and hit them.
Hey, the editor here. Bibs has just alluded to a topic that we'll be covering here on the channel in depth in a later video. If how to make a secure attack sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button, you'll be notified when that video comes out. If you're watching from the future, you can watch how to make a secure attack literally right now. Alright, back to the video.
And if you go so fast, you can actually go past their weak and then free it again. If you're finding the attacks are still coming through even though you've parried correctly, withdraw your arm so that the weak is always covered. It sets up a cool counterattack, huge. Blah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. It would be really cool if you could like our videos. If you want to post a little comment, any experiences that you've had fencing, that's really, really good. And we have a Patreon if you feel like supporting us and continuing to fund our awesome cameraman and our ability to make videos look nice. So thanks.